Why is creativity important? You may ask. Sam Palmisano, the CEO of IBM in 2004 said that if you do not innovate or are creative, you are in a commodity hell. That is, you are playing at the very bottom of the pyramid and everybody is there already. And whatever business you can come up with is going to be a very low margin business. That is not something you want. And so creativity is the cutting edge of relevance. That is, if you're going to continually innovate and iterate and become better at whatever it is that you do in your career, in your business, you have to have creativity. It's not enough to just know your craft in terms of the hard skills required to do your job. You must also learn how to iterate and become better, especially in this very complex world that we currently are. What is creativity? Creativity is the cutting edge of relevance, like I already said, especially in this era of disruption. Obviously, introduced to us by the COVID-19. Right now, things are in a state of flux. There's so much vulnerability, volatility, uncertainty, and complexity in the atmosphere. Only those who are creative can navigate the rapids of these times. And if you do not know how to be creative, if you do not learn how to be creative, you will eventually become extinct with the former dispensation. Any individual organization that is not creative will soon go bankrupt. That is, if you are creativity bankrupt, then it's just a matter of time. You would also become financially bankrupt. If you will remain relevant as a valuable member of any company, business, or institution, organization, creativity for you is not a luxury. It is an essential part of what you must have in your arsenal. And that is why it is important for us to learn what creativity is all about. As human beings, we were born creative. As a matter of fact, while you were growing up, you found the world very fascinating. You asked a lot of questions, and your mind worked in very amazing and imaginative ways. However, as we grew, as we were subjected to learning processes in the educational system, we were taught how to not be creative. We were told that things were not possible. We were told that, that's not how to do things in the real world. And so our creative and imaginative minds went to bed, all right, while we began to work with the structured and routine realities that our world presented us with. And that is why it's important that you learn what creativity is. And I would also like to ask again, what do you think is creativity? And that's why you're here learning about creativity in this particular class. Creativity is called inventiveness, your ability to create something new, novel, and original. That is your creativity. Some people try to, misconstrue creativity with imagination. They're not the same thing. Some people can be imaginative and not creative. That is, you're able to contemplate newer ways or imagine new things. However, you're not able to translate that imagination to actual products and services that can be useful in the society or in the economy. You see, that would only be you being imaginative and not creative. For you to be creative, you have to translate your imaginative juices to actual products and services that will be useful in the market. And that is why being creative is a step ahead of being imaginative. Creativity is a phenomenon of creating something new and valuable. Creativity is also the tendency to generate and recognize ideas, alternatives, pathways, or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems, all right, communicating with others, and entertaining ourselves in the process. Creativity is the act of making new connections between old ideas, all right, or recognizing relationships between concepts. If you're a creative person, you are constantly seeing the things in between the lines. You are constantly connecting the dots. Sir Richard Branson, the CEO of Virgin, all right, said these very important things. The mantra that he runs his business with is ABCD. What does that mean? It means always be connecting the dots. Always be connecting the dots. And for you to be creative, you always have to look for the dots in between frameworks, concepts, possibilities, pathways, alternatives, and be able to see that thin line in between them. Creativity, all right, this is the last definition I'll be giving you, which is one of the most interesting and comprehensive definitions to creativity. Creativity is a skill that allows you to draw understanding, all right, of the world around you, connect those observations to your existing knowledge reservoirs, and imagine a new application to your knowledge of the world. I'll say that again. Creativity is a skill that allows you to draw understanding of the world around you, connect those observations to your existing knowledge, all right, and then imagine a new application to your knowledge of the world. Now, what does that say to you? That is, Creativity is not all about creating something absolutely new and novel that has never existed before. It means sometimes you need to make a reference to things that have existed before, to frameworks, to patterns, to old ideas, but be able to apply them in a new way. And that is what creativity is all about. And so for the next few lessons in this particular class, I'll be sharing with you principles and understandings that will help you to become much more creative than you currently are. Are you ready?